Hello, everyone. My name is Kim Moore, and I'm the founder of Blossom. We support people who have been affected by somebody else's alcohol or substance misuse. And I'm here with Dr. Maya Campbell, and she is a PhD. And I'll let her explain her background because it's quite extensive, but she's very qualified and here to speak with us about self-compassion. So welcome, Maya. If you could please introduce yourself and let people know your background and what brought you here to talk about self-compassion.
Thank you, Kim. Um, yes, my name's Maya Campbell, and I started life as a research scientist in physics and chemistry, and that's some years ago. And due to my own life stories and ups and downs, I had some illnesses, and about 14 years ago, 15 years ago, I changed to psychology. So I'm retrained with a master's in psychology. I also am a mindfulness teacher and a mindful self-compassion teacher. And I've specialized in compassion-based approaches to health and well-being. I devise courses and workshops, and I'm a supervisor in this approach. And I take an integrative, holistic approach to people's well-beings. Their not just their physical body and their emotions, but their mind as well and spirit. So a truly holistic approach.
That's wonderful. Thank you for explaining that. So, we're going to talk about self compassion, and for many, that might be a phrase that they've never heard before. So, could you please tell us, what does self compassion mean?
Okay, so compassion is something that we have evolved to have. It is an innate ability that all mammals have, and it's based in our mammalian caregiving system. So we are born to look after our young ones, but also other peoples in our family and tribes. And it's a state of being where we feel the urge to help others. We can see that there's some type of upset, and going back to looking after babies, it might be a baby crying for food or changing or something like that. And then we feel a heartfelt urge and wish to help. And that's what compassion is. And the underpinning emotion to compassion is love. So it's very much based in that bonding, mammalian bonding system. And we're actually quite good at that as people. And we do care a lot for each other in our communities. But somehow often we tend to forget ourselves in that. And we tend to look after others and care for others and feel compassion for others more than we do ourselves. So the approach I take, and coming to Blossom, I know that Kim does as well, is recognizing the fact that we need to look after ourselves as well. We need to take care and have compassion for ourselves, because without that, we won't be able to have enough to give out to other people.
Could I describe it as self compassion being taking that compassion that you describe and turning it inwards towards myself?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, when we start practicing self compassion, how do you feel that changes the relationship that you have with yourself?
That's a really good question, because often can have a quite critical relationship with ourselves. I've had somebody call it an inner destroyer in
Oh,
terms of the of the way she felt she was treating herself. And that can manifest as our internal dialogue, that internal voice being harsh and unkind. And it can be manifesting in behaviors which aren't very kind to ourselves. So we take all of that compassion that is innate within us, and then we can see that we're just as worthy as everybody else on this planet to be accorded compassion. And that's self-compassion when we bring that to ourselves.
do you feel it can help people um, develop the self love, the love and care that they have for themselves?
Absolutely. As I said, compassion, the emotion is love, and actually oxytocin, which is the biomolecular marker of love, is very much part of the compassion response. And it's a type of love which is it's unconditional. It's not based on I'll do something for you and then I'll love you type love. Sometimes there can be some pre oh, how do I put it? Some give and take in relationships. But the type of loving oneself is an unconditional love where whatever happens, that love stays. It doesn't mean we give up sort of, trying to be the best we can and trying to improve. It's not an excuse. Self-compassion is not an excuse, but it's actually a strength because we know we won't be unloved or attacked by ourselves if we do make mistakes, and it's natural to make mistakes now and then. So it's a
Wonderful.
hugely resilient resource to have.
Yes, from personal experience, I can say that by practicing self-compassion and having that compassionate voice in my head that you refer to instead of that harsh voice, I find I have the support I need when I need to draw on courage to try something new or to develop a new habit or, whatever it is, speaking kinder to myself really, really helps me get through difficult things, facing them instead of avoiding them like I used to do.
Absolutely. I sometimes liken it to having a compassionate coach inside.
Mm.
So a coach, sometimes coaches can be a bit demanding and put people down. And if you're in a team and you're doing your best but make mistakes, and then the coach berates you,
Mm.
well, you don't really feel like doing anything more. You kind of crunch down and feel attacked. But the coach comes in and says, "You did your best. You're doing well. Well done. And let's work out what happened. Let's work out together, and if something needs to change, we can do it."
Mm.
And that's the difference between the critical and compassionate voice or coach inside.
That's excellent. I love describing it as a compassionate coach because that's exactly what it feels like. And to know that you can do that yourself is, I mean, it just changes everything and how you feel about yourself.
Yeah,
So I hope everybody understands now what self compassion means and some of the benefits of self compassion. So I invite you to listen to more videos in this series, which will help you understand a little bit more about self compassion and why you might choose to start to learn and practice self compassion for yourself. Thank you. Thank you, Maya.
thank you.